Okay, now we're ready.
Okay, hold on, let me find it. Okay. I'm gonna have a panic attack. Oh
No, you're
god.
not.
You got this. You got this.
I did so many practice readings of this. Welcome to Machair. Some of you may have lived here all your life and are ingrained in the culture and history of this vast and beautiful continent. Others are simply on top of or down on their luck and happen to be passing through. Either way, welcome to Machair in all its glory, in all its hideous glory, from its rolling mountain ranges to pillowy blush-colored fields, to the ravaging chasmic ravines, to the incredulously barren wastelands. Here you all land betwixt mystical, overgrown mushroom forests and heinous, blood-stained Colosseum walls. Whatever your circumstance or blood right, you have all ended up here. Ooh. Each and every one of you have a story to tell. But you will find yourself entrenched in the story of another, higher being. Your stories are the Teflon that hold this place together, but the fabric behind is much greater than each of you. Every story is a series of choices, big or small, that lead you to that lead you to the closing chapter. Whatever that may be, my friends, is yours to decide. Will you end up legends with ample stories to tell your village? And how, pray tell, will you get there? Whether bloodied and or broken, or triumph and glorious, this story will be told, and every story must end. Pray to the goddesses you make the choices each of you will be proud of to intertwine within your own. Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So,
Scary.
Oh.
this is
Yo,
Machair.
map.
Each of you live in different regions, whether that be Fior, Tortoloct, or Marwas. So we're starting with Owen.
Hi.
Hi. So you are starting.
I'm.
You are
Oh.
starting. Oh, how do you draw? Freehand. There we go. You start here.
Okay.
That's a terrible color. You'll have to forgive me. I'm very, very nervous. You start
All
there.
Gouda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it happens.
If you have the cursor set, you can just hold it and you'll do a little ping.
Whoa. That's pretty neat.
Ooh.
So.
You start there.
Okay.
So, what do you do?
I'm
What's your
so
introduction?
tiny.
You are. So, what's your introduction?
Oh, I haven't even prepped
What
for
do you?
this. Hi, hello.
What are you doing?
I would say I'm probably heading to the nearest village. I have just come from a fresh hunt. I have plenty of goods to sell.
What are you hunting?
I'm usually really good at hunting Faymire crocodiles.
Okay.
That's usually my entire thing. My family's been doing it for years. I kind of was brought up into that. It's all I've really ever known. Obviously, now there are probably a few tinier things here and there that I might bring as like a little extra way to get money.
Mm-hmm.
But usually my whole thing is just those crocodiles.
Okay. So you're going to
But
the market?
yes.
Okay.
And as I pass by, there's like a there's like a usual tree that I typically pass by,
Yeah.
and I always set down something from my like hunt, just kind of like as like a little reminder on my way to and from my house,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of be like, you gotta keep going. This is what you've brought to your family in the village. This is kind of like it's a good reminder.
Yeah.
So I kind of just do that, and then I just make my way. I don't know how far I'm able to go with that, but
You can go into town if you'd like.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll go into town. Um,
So,
so as I'm going into town, I'm kind of greeting everybody. I have a few people that I talk to regularly, especially some of the stands that kind of surround my father's.
mhm.
Um, but I don't know. Something just feels kind of weird now that
Yeah,
it's just me going into the village by myself.
yeah. So the village you enter is a quaint little town. It's sort of a sleepy village, but it's still on the map.
Mhm.
Um, so it's sort of like this like stone, like a lot of cobblestone, a lot of stone brick.
Okay.
And there are lots of like really large willow trees or willow-esque trees that surround the village. And so you come across the stalls. Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
So there is this like field of stalls. It's sort of like a farmer's market where you can go to sell produce, books, meat, things like that,
Okay.
machines as well. And uh, to your right, you see a bunch of like decorative stalls. So they sell trinkets, machinery, books, clothing, things of that nature. And on your left, there
Okay.
are food stalls. So meat, produce, things like that. Where do you go?
Ooh. Um. I'm gonna go to the trinket stalls
Trinket
first.
stalls. Okay.
Yes.
So there is a row of stalls. They're each a different color. The blue one sells books, journals, letters, postage, things like that. The red one sells clothing, custom
Okay.
clothing for the different types of people that reign throughout Fior.
Okay.
Um, then you have the green one, which sells um, little machines. So little machines that can walk, ones that can like make noises, some that like light up, some that click, things like that.
Oh. Ooh.
So where do you
Okay.
go?
I'm gonna go to the blue stall.
Okay, so blue is I already forgot.
You said it was books and journals, right?
Yes. Okay. So I'm a terrible DM. It's okay.
No, you're good. I forget all the time.
Yeah. So you go to the blue stall. There's
Okay.
like racks and racks of books and things like that, journals, notes, postage. Um and you see a woman. She is she's humanoid, but she's like not quite human.
Okay.
There's something interesting about her, but you can't quite place it.
Hmm.
Uh so yeah, what do you do?
Okay. Um, I kind of like as I'm approaching, I obviously I'm like, hi. Um, like I don't know if I frequent this market or at least this side of the market super often,
Yeah.
but I kind of basically am just like, are there any cheap journals that I could buy by chance?
The lady at the stall is sort of like looking down. She has her head in a book and she looks up at you and she's like, "Hi. Yeah, we have cheap journals over here. They are 2 silver apiece."
2 silver. Okay. I was like, well, I just finished my last journal yesterday. It's like, and you said it was 2 silver?
Yes, 2 silver apiece.
2 silver a piece. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and take one.
Okay.
Um,
So there's a bunch of different journals. They're all 2 silver. There are some that are leather bound, some that are like crocodile skin bound. some that are just paper,
Ooh.
like
Okay.
paper pads, things like that.
I feel like the crocodile skin is too
Yeah.
on the nose. Do you think?
I mean, it's your choice.
Ooh. I feel like he's just kind of, they're just kind of looking at like the leather and the. I feel like they're kind of tracing the scales of the crocodile skin, and I feel like they tap the crocodile skin one, and they're like, "I think I'm gonna take this one if that's okay."
She looks up at you and she's like, okay. And she like gets it down from the shelf and you notice that her shirt lifts up and she has these big gray patches on her stomach. Um,
Oh.
she gets the book down for you. She hands it to you and I assume you pay. I don't know.
Yes, I pay. I'm not a heathen.
Okay.
Not yet, anyways. I need to figure out. I forget how we break gold up.
I don't know. Shit.
It goes down into 10. 10 silver is 1 gold.
10 silver is 1 gold. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I give 2 silver, that means I'd have 8 silver and however much gold is left. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's how math works.
Okay.
Not 100%. It's been a while
Yeah.
since I've been in school.
And
Same.
silver is the SP, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Silver pieces.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add
Go
that
ahead.
to the to my
Add
items.
a crocodile skin bound journal.
I'm gonna say the weight is 1, just so I'm not like.
I mean, it's just a journal. It's not super heavy.
Okay. There we go. I feel like once they pay for it, they're like, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it."
Mhm.
And I feel like they kind of pick up the book and nod, and they walk off.
Yeah. Okay. So, what else do you do? Where else do you go?
So I feel like they'll kind of peruse the trinket side, but inevitably they don't really find anything, so they go to the produce side.
Okay.
I'm assuming to set up shop, but I don't know if there's an empty stall.
Yeah, they're empty stalls. You can set up wherever you
Okay.
like.
So I think they're gonna set up shop in one of kind of like the middle stalls if possible.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know how out of place selling meat and claws and scales are, but we'll see.
No, I mean it's not necessarily out of place. It's just not a lot of people do it because not a lot of people are hunters in this area.
Right.
So there are people selling like meat and food and stuff because everyone needs to eat, but it's just not. It's like in these little stalls of like marketplaces.
Okay. Yeah. Then they kind of just like set up. They like I feel like they tie up some of their meat to kind of hang. I feel like they kind of lay out some of the scales and stuff. And they kind of um in like almost a routine form.
Hmm.
Like they've done this a lot. They set up their stall pretty much as they do every year.
Yeah.
Um, and then they just are able to take a seat and wait. I don't know.
Okay. Do you have any other interactions you would like to do with customers or things like that, or would you like to just move on?
Um, I
You
would
can
say,
also interact with the stalls around you if you'd like.
ooh, um, I would say I would probably, um, I'd probably talk to one of the stalls to my left if possible.
Okay. So that would be the fruit stand run by the lovely old lady. that lives in the village.
Oh.
She's quite short. She's got a little bit of a hunchback, but that's okay. Everyone loves her.
Aw.
She is adorable. And she is also that same like strangely uncanny humanoids, but
Okay.
nobody really says anything because
Right. So it's assumed that everything is fine.
Yeah.
I feel like, do you know if Noberos would know her by chance? Like,
do you
or do the things change out every so often?
so everyone sets up their stall in the same place every week. So
Okay.
there's a good possibility that if Naberos always sets up in that particular stall, then he would probably at least know of this lady.
Okay. So I feel like they would kind of just go, "Hi again. Uh it's nice to see you. Do you have what fruits are you selling this week?" I feel like they're kind of like looking around at like the fruit as they're talking.
Yeah.
Um
So the sweet old lady like hunkers down and she's like, "Oh, we sell all manner of fruit," and doesn't really give you any specifics.
oh. Um
But
okay.
you see like you see like the normal fruit, like apples, but they're weird colors. Like they're not earthly colors, but they look like apples. Uh,
Okay.
you see like grapes, but again, they're weird colors. Everything's weird here. Everything's sort of like pinkish and purple.
Okay.
Um, and then in the middle, you see like a basket of these very small fruit that are really spiky and have like
Ooh.
almost like hair. Uh,
Okay.
and they're like black fruit and they're really weird looking.
Oh. I feel like they're like, "Oh, so what are the fruit um in the basket? I don't think I've ever seen those before."
And the lady is she like looks up at you and she's like, "They're tree fruit." Like and like looks at you like you should know this. Like what are you?
Oh, tree fruit. Yes. I see. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen one grow in black before.
And she's like, "Yes, they grow in black."
They grow in black. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for letting me know. Again, it's really good to see you. I haven't seen you in, I don't know, a week. So,
Yeah, and she sort of like nods at you and like shushes you off because a customer is coming.
hmm. And I feel like they're just kind of like, "Oh, okay." Um and I feel like to kind of finish this off, I feel like they just kind of open their journal, take out one of their fresh new pins that they got about a week ago, and they start writing a little bit in their journal, not too much, but just to kind of get a feel for like how the pin feels on the journal, because I
Yeah.
feel like every journal is different.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you are in your journal with your head down writing,
Mhm.
you sort of look up a little bit to see if there are any customers and you see this like zoom of pink whiz by and then circle back to your stall. And it's this little 2 foot tall pink lady with white hair and wings. And she just sort of stands there patiently, waiting for you to interact.
Okay. I feel like as they're looking at her, um, they're like, "Oh," um, and they shut their journal, and put their pin on top, kind of like in their lap, and they're like, "Are you looking for something in particular? Is there anything I can help you with?"
So, this lady, she sort of hops up onto the desk, like the stall desk,
Hmm.
and she holds out this packet. It's like a bundle of papers, and
Oh.
she says, "Good morning. My name is Pixis. You have been selected by the local lottery to take a spot in the champion."
Oh. Oh. Okay. And I feel like they kind of are. They like take it, and they're like not really reading it, but they're flipping through it, and they're like, "Huh. Okay. What do you mean the champion?"
So Pixis sort of looks at you like, "What do you mean, the champions?" And she says, "The champions, they're the local group of heroes that protect the continent from outward threats. You have been selected to take a spot in the champions after the incident." And she looks frantic and in a hurry and like kind of anxious almost.
Okay. Um, I feel like they're kind of like, uh, oh, okay. Um, do I, so is,
And
do I have an
she
option?
kind of like she kind of makes a face and she's like, "You no, you don't have an option. You have been selected." And she kind of like reaches over and she grabs one of the papers and she's like, "So if
Or
you'll sign
they
here,
look shocked.
we need
They're
to go."
like, I feel like they look like Pixis basically came in and sucker punched them like right in
Yeah.
the face. Basically, they're like,
Yeah.
um, okay. So they like pick up their pen and they sign the page. And they're like, "Can I grab my stuff before we go?"
She she looks very displeased at this, but you have signed and you're not making a fuss. So she kind of like huffs a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and she sort of like kind of like makes a face again and kind of sighs and is like, "All right, you have 10 minutes."
Okay. Um, they kind of like get up and grab like their bag. I feel like kind of as they were sitting around, they probably took off their like little cape that they have, but they put that back on. They did all they really came to do, and I feel like before they kind of went over to Pixis to say that they were ready to go, I feel like they grab a a little claw um from the kill that they made
Yeah.
earlier.
Okay. So Pixis kind of is like very jittery, very impatient, is just like wanting to get a move on, obviously. And she sort of ushers you over, and there is this very tall, very handsome man standing there. And she sort of uh, lets you know, like, this is who is going to be taking you to the village. Um,
Oh,
so and she kind of like she lets you know of this and then she sort of like zooms away without letting you ask any more questions or anything like that.
but
Uh,
oh, okay,
very
yeah,
much in a hurry.
great, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I feel like um you said that they were tall, right? The
Yes. Very
Okay.
tall.
Yeah, okay, because
Very.
my friend is 4'3", so I feel like they have to look up. They're like,
Yeah.
"Hi."
Very intimidating guy. He is orange and he is very uh Fey like, and you sort of recognize him as an Eldarin.
Mm,
So
okay.
he is very stoic and very quiet. He's very quiet and he sort of like looks you up and down, nods, and then sort of gestures as to follow.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you'd like to do?
I feel like they're kind of like, oh hi, okay, we're moving. All right, and they just kind of follow them. They're like, I got nothing better to do.
Okay. So, over the course of the next couple days, you travel all the way down to this little village right here.
Where?
Right here. By the ravine.
Ah, okay.
So you're sort of like here. So, who is next? Would anyone
well,
like to volunteer to go next?
Sorry, I was muted. I can if no one else wants to.
Okay.
I'm also willing, but it's up to them.
All right. So roll, both of you.
Okay.
Ty, roll for me.
I'm rolling for Nat.
Okay.
We did it. Neither of us.
Roll again. Okay.
Fuck.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
You lost that one.
I really
Logan.
do
Well,
not have
he
good luck.
lost it. No, yeah. Okay. What's up?
All right, Logan. I think this is your character.
Yes.
You start sort of here, correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We discussed this earlier, but I
Yeah,
had
it's been a
forgotten.
minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So you start in this town. It is not as sleepy as the village that Owen was in previously.
Correct.
You are right next to the Colosseum.
Yeah.
So it is absolute chaos here.
Can I ask you a question?
You absolutely can.
How open to you are to me being in a scenario already?
You can absolutely do that. I will allow it.
All right. Dope. So we had talked about my character being not high up in the church, but higher than the bottom.
Yeah.
So what I think right now is me and like two underlings are initiating a bunch of new people to this religion. This definitely not a cult.
Oh, yeah?
By which we have 4 people in manacles chained to a wall and a brazier of burning fire behind them with
Oh.
hot irons because they have to get branded.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Awesome.
All right. So Pashalik is walking behind them as they're bound there with the 2 people on either with his 2 lackeys behind him. You will be cleansed by this fire, and you will become great to us, Marwa. You wish protection from all this blood and death and Colosseum. The fire will give it to you. First, and I pull out one of the pokers. You, and I just stab it into the first one.
Oh. Ouch.
And I hold it there for way too long.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I don't know if he survives.
I'm gonna say that there's a good chance of survival, but maybe not. Who knows?
Well, maybe the next one.
Maybe the next one. Infection's pretty rampant. This is not a very clean city.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that's what I'm in the middle of doing.
Okay. So, is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm doing a lot of this. I don't know what all is going on in the town. You said it was really busy and crazy right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if. Yeah.
It is absolute chaos. As you've stated, there are these horrific initiations. There are fighting, like infighting, breaking out in the street. Weapons are being drawn. People are not surviving these encounters. There's blood and trash everywhere. It's not a clean city. It's not a very well kept city.
Which is why you need the fire to purify this filth.
Exactly. So this particular city is obviously next to the Colosseum, so it's not doing so well. The further you get from the Colosseum, like up here and up here are they're in much better standing, because the diplomats have gotten there and they have, started to clean things up. But where you are is in a very precarious situation because you are right next to the two monuments of Marwas, which is the Colosseum and the temple. So half of the city is, doing okay. The half you are in is not.
Good.
So yeah, things are not looking good for this particular little town in Marwas. If there are any other interactions that you would like to have, I will allow it.
I think that after a bit of time, we don't help the people that we just branded, but we unlock them, and then me and the other two just straight up leave. And like as I'm like wiping my hands, I'm like, if they survive, they will do well. If not, there's always more.
Absolutely.
I just walk into all the destruction and stuff that's going on in this town.
Yeah, absolutely. The people in the what are those things called? The arm things?
Manacles.
Manacles? I thought they were called gables for some
Gables.
reason.
Oh. Do you mean like that would be like at the town square, like those big wooden things, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a pillory.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
As you leave them behind, they're obviously screaming in pain, causing a bit of a scene. Those that are
Good.
not already comatose or dead. And as you're walking away, you see this the same thing. See a flash of pink and this very obviously out of place fairy sort of whiz back and forth looking for someone. So would you like to interact, or would you like to ignore?
I look at one of my two, or I look at both of my little lackeys. Grab it.
Grab it. Okay, so as she is whizzing back and forth, and these two little underlings, I assume goblins.
I mean, I think one of them might be. I think the other one, I need muscle, so I want a big guy.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got these two underlings frantically trying to catch this fairy. Obviously, she is not allowing it. And she sort of like plants herself on the ground and like holds her hands up in like a frantic like panic. Like, stop. Like, please, I need to talk to you.
She stops to me.
Yeah.
I hold my hand up to them as they're like probably trying to grab it. What do you wish to seek of Pasha Legrenzo?
She's sort of out of her element. It's very clear that she's not from here and that she does not belong here. And she sort of is just like, okay, all right, take it down a notch, please. You have been selected by the military lottery to take a spot in the champions, and sort of like thrusts a packet at you cautiously.
Pasha Legrenzo has already been selected for his task. Pasha Legrenzo will not take this.
And she sort of rolls her eyes and like sighs, and she's like, this is not an option. You have to come with me.
A squint.
Just squint, nothing else.
There's always an option. And there's an option you seem to be forgetting. Grab her!
And she sort of like calls out, and two very large Eldarin close in on your group and are sort of like not trying to fight you, but trying to dampen the situation. So yeah, what would you like to do?
It's an ambush!
I'm sorry. Pixis calls out, "This is not an ambush. We just need you to come with us."
If you would seek the greatness of Pasha Grenzo, it shows you have quite wisdom. Good. Come. And I leave. I don't know where we're going. I walk off.
She sort of like is shocked, and she sort of gestures to one of the Eldarin to like go and like usher you towards where you need to go. And she's sort of like chasing behind you, being like, "I need you to sign this. You have to sign this before you leave."
We have like a big like this whole. You said this whole place was like just basically in riots right now, right?
Oh yeah.
I I just raised my hand over to one of the houses that's like currently being looted or something, and just cast firebolt into it.
Oh gosh.
Just to set it aflame for a minute. What? You signed something? Yes.
She sort of flips to the page and is like, "Please sign this." And she's very obviously like trying to keep her distance, but she needs you to sign it. So
Do you have a pen or? I have my own. I just pull out a knife, slice my finger, and write it with that.
and she's just like, okay.
You are
I
too
have
slow.
it then. Oh, that's fine. Do what you need to do. And she sort of like gestures to the Eldarin to take you to where you need to go, and she sort of tells you like, "These are the people you're going to be walking with. I have other things to attend to," essentially.
I have fully dissuaded her. I don't look at her. I just kind of wave her off like I'm the one being in charge here.
Yeah. Okay. After some persuasion by the Eldarin, you do end up after a couple days alongside Nabarros in this town. So that'll be an interesting first interaction.
Well, do you want that, or do you want everyone to meet at the same time?
So all of this takes place over like the continent is not massive, but it is quite large. It is a continent.
Yeah, this is big.
So it takes a couple days in between getting people and getting them where they need to be. So it is possible that you guys have met before anyone else. So if you two would like to have an interaction, I will allow it.
I'm down for whatever.
Sure.
Okay.
What kind of place did we meet in? Like, where did they end up taking me to?
Okay, so you two are in this village right here by the ravine. And it is very, very small. It is much smaller than the city or village that you are used to. It is a couple houses, maybe 3 or 4 large houses, a church, a farm, land, that type of thing. It is all made of wood, but the wood is like normal wood, but it is slightly purple tinged. So everything is like sort of purple, pinks, things like that.
Everything is fine kindling, you say?
Please don't burn this city down. Please. And the Eldarin take you both to a small local tavern to sit and meet. And it's a very small tavern. There aren't rooms necessarily, but there is an inn across the street. So you are sitting in the tavern together. There's a couple tables, a bar, that kind of thing.
Okay. So since Nabaros was probably since this is in the continent he was in, I assume you got there first.
Yes.
When Pasha like walks in, he is 2 foot tall on a good day, and he is looking down at everyone. The way his stature is, like the way he just exudes this, I am superior.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of funny because I imagine the interaction with Pixis and Pashlik is just so funny.
Yeah. She's very nervous.
Just two tiny people, just
Yeah.
basically hashing it out.
And these like giant 6 foot, 7 foot Eldarin just like trying to herd this small goblin to where he needs to be.
For
Everyone is
real.
smaller when they are ash. I am not worried.
Gosh. So you guys can have an interaction if you would like.
Okay. I would say before Pashlik came into the tavern, Naveros probably just had like a small mug of whatever, maybe juice, maybe
Juice?
alcohol.
Carrot
He's-
juice!
Carrot juice.
Carrot juice!
But it's not good carrot juice.
It's bad carrot juice,
It's
absolutely.
bad carrot juice. And Naberos just hates carrot juice in general, but it's the only thing they had. That wasn't water or
Valid.
alcohol. And I feel like they're also kind of just like scribbling in their journal.
Okay.
Yeah, so these Eldrin lead me into this place, and it's like you said it was a pretty small tavern, right? Or
Yeah, it's pretty small. Like just a couple tables, maybe like 5 or 6 tables, a bar, a bathroom. That's it.
then I'll just continue over to the bar.
Okay.
Whatever. I assume there's like a bartender milling around doing his bartending thing.
Yes. There is another one of those like humanoid kind of not quite human but human looking people at the bar. They have gray hair. They're obviously pretty young. And they're just like totting around, cleaning, wiping tables, things like that.
You there. I will take a glass.
The barkeep kind of looks at you and is like, a sure thing. A glass of what?
A glass.
Just a glass with
Do you know what a glass is? Is this
The-
place too small?
yes, a glass. We have those. Do you want something in it, like water,
No.
or so just a glass?
Correct.
Okay. So the barkeep, very confused, walks over to the bar, grabs one of the beer mugs, and like just sort of hands it to you. Confused.
Good. I take it and walk over to one of the tables, and then just fill it with stuff from my own wineskin.
Oh, the barkeep is it just kind of nods and like, all right, fine, whatever.
I feel like during that interaction, Navarros kind of looks up and is like, who is this? And then like also trying to avoid eye contact is like basically face to journal, writing,
Yeah.
panicked.
Panic attack. Yeah. So, you guys are not the only ones in the bar. I should mention there are a couple, maybe like 2 or 3 patrons, the barkeep, and the 3 Eldarin bodyguards, essentially, with you as well. So,
Okay.
you guys can
Let's
talk
see.
or kill each other. I guess I don't really know. Please don't kill each other.
And now we fight to the death.
Oh no. Listen, as much as I feel like Navarros could hold their own, you know, maybe
Maybe not?
maybe not. Maybe
Look, don't use what you just heard about me branding a bunch of people as.
listen.
Oh.
They're a skilled hunter. I'm sure that
They
they
are.
can hunt a couple of goblins.
How tall is Nabarros?
4'3".
Ah, so a solid 2 foot taller.
Yeah, they could probably flick you
Yes,
if they
but
need to.
by personality, I'm like 12 at least.
Valid. Valid.
He's a full presence in his own right.
Right. I feel like Nabarros isn't necessarily the super talkative type.
Where is
so-
Navarro's at? Are you sitting like at the bar, a table?
I'm sitting at a table by myself with the journal just kind of open.
Congratulations, you are the only interesting table.
Oh, I feel like they kind of are like looking up and they're like, thank you.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
That was Logan.
oh, never mind, never
I
mind.
just
Get out! What are you talking about?
I'm in your mind. I can actually read minds.
My God. I must cleanse my mind.
Don't, because then I can read it again. It's like a
Click.
fresh palette. But yeah, no, they're just writing in their journal, probably writing about the couple of days that they've had, just kind of traveling.
I sit and then I call over to the Eldrin. How long do I have to wait for the champions?
The Eldrin sort of looks at you like, "Are you speaking to me?"
No, I'm speaking at you.
The Eldrin sort of goes, "It will be a few days."
Ugh.
Very stoic, very.
A few days in this. I look around, just disgusted. Place.
The Eldrin
Ugh.
looks at you and says, "There are rooms. There is an inn across the street you can stay in."
Too quiet. Been too quiet the last couple of days we've been walking. It's been whatever. All right, with your champions. I just wave. I look away from him, wave for him.
All right, fair enough.
So
So,
I was like, I wish I
So.
had something.
if you guys would like to introduce yourselves to each other, that's fine. If you would like me to move on, that is fine as well.
I was like, Naveros is. I feel like Naveros is a little intimidated right now.
Perfect.
They're just like, what is this tiny thing?
Thank God, my +5 intimidation.
They're just like, I feel like they're just kind of like in their head mulling over the fact that there is a very out of place goblin.
Oh yeah, and like his clothes and everything is like very like hyper, like almost religious.
Yeah.
Like he's fully like on display in the colors, and he's got
Great.
a holy symbol. He is fully like Marwazian fucking witch hunter over here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like Naveros is just completely perplexed, because I feel like they don't really get to see a lot of people from other areas, so they're just kind of like, what is going on?
Yeah, because
Why is this person here?
goblins do not exist in Fewer. They might, but there are not a lot of them.
Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna kick off an interaction, I feel like um I feel like in a state of kind of like paranoia, but also a everything is fine as long as you don't say anything, it's fine. Nuberos just kind of like sighs. They're just kind of like and they start writing again. And I feel like it sounded very testy.
Yeah, them's fighting words.
They're just they're very much head in book trying to ignore, but they're also so
Yeah.
What are you reading?
I'm excuse me?
What are you reading?
Oh,
Do you speak common?
yes.
Good.
I am not reading. I'm writing.
Writer then.
Yes.
Well then continue. What are you writing?
Uh just some things about the journey that I've had to make. Any kind of they kind of stretch and kind of rotate their wrist a little because I feel like it's been cramped a little. I came from another marketplace a while back.
You're not from this hovel?
Not from this town, no.
Hovel. I am the devil from the Bible, so
Who? What? How dare? I am a good boy who follows all of the religious teachings.
Just no.
So
I feel like
you are of this place? This where are we? Aladrin, where are we?
the Eldrin sort of steps forward and is like, "You're in Fior," and gives nothing else.
That's good. That's all I wanted.
Okay.
I looked away as soon as he said Fior. I'm like, good.
It's like that's enough.
That's
Quiet. Enough from you, peasant.
I feel like Naberos is like, yes, I live closer to the swamps.
Swamp would have to be more interesting than much of the stuff I walked past.
You also live next to the swamps.
Yeah.
Shalik.
Good.
He's
It
like,
doesn't. I mean, it makes sense. It's on like a delta, so I mean,
yeah.
it makes sense there would be a swamp nearby.
Fair enough.
So cool.
Yeah, Naberos is like, yeah. I mean, the occasional owlbear, Faemire crocodiles, you know, the usual.
Right. Are you a hunter?
I am.
No, I'm something of a hunter myself. It's more of the bipedal sort, though.
And I feel like they kind of go wide-eyed and they're like,
Thieves, liars, you know,
oh,
anything that can burn.
well, I assure you I am at least not one of those things.
I think there was one time we tried to burn a statue. It worked. It just took some time. Anyways, what are you drinking?
Carrot juice.
Carrot
It's not good.
juice. How do you juice a vegetable?
You smush it.
That doesn't. Right, but like, that sounds awful.
It is.
Does it just taste like mush or dirt?
Wet carrots.
it so
Whoops.
if you've ever tried to randomly bite someone's foot
Oh.
Can't say that I have.
and also dirt.
Okay.
Yes. I wouldn't know from experience.
Tastes
Well-
of feet.
It wasn't random when I try foot.
Oh,
And it is cooked, so I mean, I'm sure you know it's up
Oh.
to chef tastes, but regardless,
Food.
you know, it's kind of, you know, like when I had it, it was, you know, heavily spiced and it was nice. It wasn't great. It was kind of tough, but
oh. I don't think I've ever had cooked foot before.
there's a lot of tiny bones.
There are.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
There are lots of bones and feet.
I was like,
who's talking to me?
No one.
Who is
why are
this?
you in my head?
This isn't one of the normal voices. Would you like something that tastes better? Would you like a part of my Marwosian red?
Marwosian.
Sure.
I just pushed my glass over.
And I feel
Quick.
like they grab it and they take a swig.
A
So,
swig.
It is wine, but it also has like a real heavy like copper taste.
Oh.
Okay. I feel like they kind of
Actually,
they kind
it'd be more like a mold taste, like a mold.
Mold?
cider.
Okay.
Yeah, like a mold wine.
mold wine. I feel like they kind of like they make a face, and I feel like they look at the carrot juice.
His
And they're like,
whole
think this
face
is
just lights
worse.
up. Good.
I was like, I
Good.
think this is worse than the carrot juice. But thank you.
Unacceptable. My face falls. You have just disrespected my whole idea of you, and I don't appreciate it.
I feel like they're like,
I take it
Look.
back.
oh.
I hop off I hop off the full table that I was sitting on.
I feel like they're like, wait, did you want to try the carrot juice?
I mean, kind of, if I'm honest.
I feel like they hand the glass over.
Take a swig. Eh. It's
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 Yeah.
fine.
It's
It's
just
not-
a wet vegetable.
Yeah, it's
thing.
just a wet. Like this is like. It's kind of like if you like let like it like sit out and it got kind of mushy.
Yeah, they kind of
paid
like
for
raise
this?
yes, and they kind of raise their hand over to like hide their mouth from the bartender. They don't really make good drinks here. I kind of just had to settle for something that wasn't water.
I assumed they wouldn't make anything worth tasting. That's why I had to just get the glass.
The
I didn't
barkeep.
think about that.
You look over at the barkeep, and the barkeep looks sad.
Oh, no.
Good, you should feel sad.
Oh,
This whole
no.
place is sad.
No, Shallow.
I feel like Barros is like just like kind of like I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, but I mean
You,
it
Rabbit,
kinda
you are
did.
right. This place is very sad. Not even give a good drink.
Oh.
I agree with everything you have told me.
They're just kind of like, oh, okay. Sorry.
I climb back
they
onto the
say,
table. They're not as
"Nice.
bad as I thought.
Thank you. I think.
All right.
I want to just a quick thing because I didn't see the Discord in there. Yeah, it's this art, not the Hero Forge art.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yay!
I'm gonna cut this interaction short because we need to get
Thumbs
Nat
up.
and Kai in.
Agree.
But you
Okay,
will have
sorry,
time-
Nat's thing was muted. Thank you for telling me. I did choose the wrong one, at least. Right one. I chose the right one.
Sorry about that. I knew that I had sent stuff in there, but I didn't actually land on a character while I was making the hero forges. I landed on it
Yeah,
after the fact. Me
okay.
and Zim were talking.
Yeah. All right.
I've been doodling this entire time, so
Yay! Doodles!
you guys will see whenever we're done with this.
I'm so
Okay.
hype.
Okay. Nat, Kai,
Oh, yeah.
you two are up next. Who would like to
You want to go
first?
first? Because you said you wanted to go.
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay. All right. So we have Fallon up next.
Yes.
Just as a thing, basically. You all will get a chance to talk after Nat and Kai's. So you will all get to meet after these two.
Yay.
Okay, good.
There will be some downtime. And then if we have time, I would like to do something fun.
I'm
Cool.
having a great time.
I am glad. So glad.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm enjoying
Yeah.
I'm also
We
enjoying
didn't
this.
even introduce ourselves, but I had a good time. I don't know who this rabbit is.
Hi.
Hi. Okay.
Hello, little rabbit.
Tiny rabbit.
Nat, if you look on the map, is your
I'm looking.
character in the right spot? Like, is that where
Yeah.
you live?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a token. I really just kind of finalized the idea of her tonight, so I haven't had a chance to draw her.
Oh, take your time. This is just
Uh,
session 0.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that is the correct spot.
Okay. So, Fallon, what are you doing?
So she's an enforcer, right?
Yes, she's an enforcer.
But she's kind of came back home after one of her kind of missions, one of her assignments.
Yeah.
You know, she's just kind of taking it easy. You know, it's a hard time enforcing people.
Yeah, it's a hard work.
Exactly. You know,
Stabbing people for God.
Fine. And that's what she's doing.
So
She's-
you actually. Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead. I was just kind of rambling.
You can ramble. That's fine.
Okay. I was just gonna say, you know, she's very devoted to her faith, so
Yeah.
she's definitely gonna be, you know, doing some praying and offering, you know, checking in on the fam. She doesn't have kids. She just has a mom,
Absolutely. So
an old one.
an old mother. So you actually live in the capital of Tortala.
Yo.
It's a very hard word to say. I'm aware. I
Of
apologize.
tortilla.
Tortilla.
Wait, let me see
Ooh,
the.
can we get some chorizo?
You live in the capital of
it's
tortilla.
it's what tortilla?
Tortilocked, yes.
Tortilla.
Yes.
Okay.
So you live in the capital, and you're an enforcer. So you have a very important job.
Oh yeah, and she loves
are-
it.
Yeah. You're part of the religious clergy. Obviously, you've just come home from a mission.
Uh huh.
So what are you doing? Like, what's the vibe? Like, are you interacting with people? Are you just taking it easy?
Well, I think her first, course of action would be to make an offering at one of the local, churches or temples. Like I said, very devoted to her faith. So
Yeah.
I
What do you
think
offer?
I think she would offer some things she collected from her enforcement. You know,
Okay.
some jewelry and clothing items.
Okay. All right. So you're in like the local church. It is one moment. I need to look at my ref. Where's my phone? I have forgotten what this region looks like. You will have to give me a second.
Yeah, that's no problem, Bessie. I've been kind of freestyling it a little bit.
I understand. Okay.
I got my general idea, and I've just been going with it.
Valid. So you're you're in the church, and the church is a wooden building. So Fior's buildings, stone, cobble, things like that. Turtleock's buildings are mostly wooden. There's a lot of like moss, like little like sort of like hobbit hole type dwellings.
Yeah.
There are windmills everywhere, farmland. It's an agrarian society, so you're in this very tall wooden sort of cathedral like thing. Um, there are people coming in and out, clergy members, things like that. So, what do you do? Who do you talk to?
Well, I think she would definitely, kind of wave at some of the clergy members. She's lived there, in the capital her whole life, so she's definitely gonna know some of them. She's a familiar face to say the least. She's always been very active within the clergy ever since she was, a teen.
Yeah. And they all sort of
So
like nod in respect at you because you're obviously a much higher rank.
yeah, and then after kind of making your presence known or whatever, I think she would just kind of walk up to the the kind of the central area, the offering area, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the altar.
Yeah, the altar. There you go. Words are lost on me.
It's okay.
And she would offer her items and do a little prayer.
Yeah.
To her, her main goddess. Can't for life remember how to say it right now.
Which one is it?
The one like the most prominent one, the one about fertility, the tradition, starts with an N.
Nimue. It's
Nimue. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one that That's the one that Mommy Fallon loves. So,
all right.
do a little prayer for a good harvest, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And after she did that, I think she would go back to her home to kind of check in on her mom, and just kind of vibe for a little bit, enjoy her break from all that enforcing.
Okay. So you have left the church, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you are leaving the church to go to your dwelling, you see a very short lady, pink, white hair, walk up to you and sort of just like stand in front of you, like patiently.
She pauses for a moment, but continues walking, ignoring her.
Okay. So this little fairy creature sort of like catches up to you and is like, wait, I need to talk.
What do you need from me?
She sort of looks down and like rifles through her notes, and she goes, "You're a Fallon, yes?
Yes.
You have been selected by the military lottery to take a spot in the champions. I assume you know what that is."
Yes, I've heard of them. But
So
why exactly have I been selected?
she sort of like looks a little bit panicked, but then like as soon as the expression is on her face, it sort of goes away, and she goes, "It's a random lottery. You were put into the pool. You were drawn. Please sign
Hmm.
this document."
Okay, will this affect my job in any way?
She sort of like looks around and she's like, "You will be a champion. You will be higher rank. You will be of the highest rank. This is a promotion."
I see that, but I value my position currently very highly.
She sort of like sighs and is like, "I understand that, but this is not an optional offer. You were selected. You have to take."
I see. I'll do what I must. Give me the papers.
So she sort of like hands you the papers calmly, and she sort of like looks around, sort of like kind of like anxious almost.
Oh, are you talking?
No, I'm not talking.
Okay.
So I assume you hand the papers back to Pixis?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, she signed the papers, hands them back.
Okay. So Pixis like gestures over to an Eldarin, and the Eldarin sort of tells you that they're going to be escorting you to the new village for your first assignment.
Can I see my mother before I leave?
The Eldarin kind of looks at Pixis questionably, and Pixis sort of just like nods, and the Eldarin says, "Yes, you may."
Good. I won't be long. How far away am I from my house at this moment?
So you're in a local church. You're not at the temple. So, oh, whoops, hold on. I messed up. So you are relatively like you're within walking distance because it's still in your town. Um, it's a bit of a
Okay. Yeah, so I walk over to my house and knock on the door.
okay.
You know?
Okay. You can control this interaction.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Oh, am I allowed to say bad words? Oh well.
Yeah, you can say bad words.
You can say bad words in D&D. You're okay.
Yeah.
See, this is too much control. I guess I open the door and I walk in. And I call for my mother. Go, mother.
Okay.
And she calls back. Darling, is that you?
Absolutely.
Yes, mother, it's me. I've just come back from my mission, but I'm gonna be going away for some time. Oh dear. You know, you need to give more time for me. I'm getting old and sickly.
Oh no.
And ever since your dad passed, there's nobody to take care of me, and I'm getting quite tired of soup every night. Sorry, mother. I'll be sure to bring you home some good food from my next mission. You better.
Gosh.
Goodbye, mother. Goodbye. So she shuts the door, takes a big sigh, and walks back over to the Eldarins.
Okay. The Eldarins sort of nod respectfully and start escorting you to your new home temporarily.
Okay.
All right. turn.
Oh no. I'm gonna move my grapes. You started talking about fruit, and then I started craving grapes, so I went and like already made grapes.
Yeah.
I love that for you. Okay. So,
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop drawing while I do my thing, because that's gonna distract me.
yeah, probably. Okay. Big man on campus.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Ooh. Sorry.
I took Nat's phone so that the mic would be closer to me and gave Nat my headphones.
It's really
Valid.
weird.
I know, isn't it?
Hello. I just
Okay.
said big man on campus because I put your token out.
Oh, look at the man.
Look at the little guy.
Oh.
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 Creature.
So, you. Oh, open my map. Hold, please, while I fix my map.
Oh.
The map has been moved.
Oh.
Yeah.
It really just looks like
Logan,
Fallon
looks
just
like you're in
made
the
a
ocean.
You are just in the ocean. I apologize.
Yeah, you guys just went to the ocean now. You missed a bunch. You're in the ocean now.
Listen.
Oh, shit.
I thought someone said we would
No. Come back.
I was gonna say I thought someone said white and sandy beaches, not rustic
are you
old broken down town.
LOL.
Just drifting out to sea.
None of you have read this contract thus far. None of you have taken the opportunity to ask me if you can read the contract, which
I
is
Jokes on
considered it.
you.
I
Okay.
considered it.
You've given me the idea before I get to roleplay, but it's definitely in character for my character to read what he's been given.
yeah.
He's a little nerd who likes to read shit, so.
I only said that because I knew that your character would do that based on what you've given me. And
Yeah.
just it's been so amusing giving you these contracts and then none of you have read them. You've just
Contracts?
signed.
Contracts mean literally nothing to Pashalek.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone knows, just in general, that this is just a glorified terms of service.
We are
And
in.
nobody reads
Yeah.
that.
I don't know
You
if
don't even
contract
need
really
terms of service,
exists in Marwas. Everything is awful. You want to say, "Oh, but you signed," and I was like, "I don't care if it's magic. If I die, fuck you."
Yeah, Fallon
Yeah.
she just kind of was like, oh, well, if I got it, doesn't really matter.
Ah,
Fair enough.
I mean, it was real close for me. I was fighting with different voices.
Machair.
I'm like, for real fighting
Please
close to
don't
make
say
this place
Machair.
Australia.
Please. It's not Machair, it's Machair.
It's what?
It's Machair.
There.
My
Machair.
chair.
No, I
It's
forgot
Machair.
Machair.
I'm pulling up my chair, man. Don't tell me what I can and can't do with my chair.
No.
I'm gonna spin around and sit down like I'm a camp counselor, cool camp counselor. Yeah,
Oh, are
let's
you
rap
gonna
about it. What's going on?
Okay. Kai, I love you. I'm sorry. I have to pee.
Okay.
You don't get a turn now.
There you go. You can. I put you on a new layer.
Oh, I get a special layer?
Yeah, I put you on your own layer.
Okay. So,
Okay. I will be
I don't know how
back
to draw owls.
incredibly
Okay.
quickly.
My stabilizer's super high
How
up.
do I
Hold on.
undo?
BRB.
By the undo button.
Okay.
Turn my stabilizer down for you so you can just sketch.
So,
I'm so excited. I get to reap the consequences of not reading a contract. This
Okay,
was
there's a
fun.
hotkey on the button.
which one?
What'd you do?
I pressed the wrong
Stop.
hotkey.
You pressed it twice. That's the problem. What? Oh,
See?
it didn't go through. It's the front one.
I see that now. Okay.
You undid it twice, so you went back on my layer, but my layer wasn't visible, so it was confused.
I don't
It
know.
doesn't have to be pretty. Just sketch. You're good.
No, I'm pretty.
Oh my goodness. Everything you draw is pretty.
You don't have to lie to me.
Oh, I forgot you're using my mouse. Okay, well, you don't have to insult my bird.
I did not insult him. He looks
Okay.
delightful.
Game
Don't
Master
undo it. And
that.
also, you're pressing the
Hi,
wrong
welcome
button.
back.
You're pressing the.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Hello.
Hello. Game Master.
Say I insult him and then tell me not to undo it.
Yes, I love it.
Oh God.
Okay.
Right.
Matt's drawing on my drawing tablet.
Okay, Kai,
Zim.
it is your turn to go.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So,
ready.
you are also in the capital. So, your character lives in a very large village, one of the largest in Fjord. Like very like vast cobblestone structures and beautiful, very well kept pathways and things like that. There are several inns and taverns. There is actually a college in your town, and there is a theater as well.
Ooh, theater.
There are also several different like market stalls, things like that. So what do you do?
I'm kind of interested in that theater.
Okay. So the theater is a very regal building. It is one of the 3 theaters in Fior. And it is this very large regal building with beautiful like stone architecture. And inside there are just rows and rows and rows of seating, and there is this very large stage with these beautiful like red velvet plush curtains. And actors are like running across stage, like getting everything ready and all that.
Are you waiting for me to say something?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
So I wanna look around and see like what kind of plays going on in this theater, you
Okay.
know?
So
Do they have any posters up, or is that something I need to like go ask somebody?
there probably aren't posters per se, but there are several different like pillars with like items sat on the pillars in like theme of the play. And there are several like directors and actors and stagehands and things like that running amok, frantically getting ready for their play.
Okay. I would like to approach somebody who seems to like not be super frantic, you know, whether that's like a director sitting on the side or like an actor who's just kind of like watching or something. Whoever seems like they're not super busy, so I don't seem like I'm, you know,
Okay.
being an annoyance.
Okay. So there is an actor. She is also an owlin. And she is sort of like sitting on the edge of the stage, like dangling her feet down. And she's sort of just like reading a pad of paper.
Okay. So I want to kind of come up to her and kind of like wave my hand to try and get her attention. Be like, "Hello, is this play going on soon? What is it? I didn't see anything outside advertising it or anything, but I, you know, was just looking around, seeing what's around going on town, you know."
Yeah. The actor kind of like perks her head up and she's like, "Oh, hi. Yeah, we're doing a production of the sort of origins of Machair. So it's like a reenactment thing."
Oh, well, that sounds interesting. Will that be anytime soon, or is that gonna be in a few? Like, should I come back, or?
The actor kind of looks around and she's like, "I think we're weeks out. like we're weeks out from this.
Oh,
There's
dang.
been a bit of a delay in
Oh, no.
production.
Well, what's caused this delay? What's going on?
And she sort of like looks around and kind of looks at you quizzically, and is just like the sickness that's delayed a lot of our actors.
Oh, I suppose that would put a delay on things. I
Yeah.
have been trying to keep my mind off of that.
And
Yeah.
the actor kind of looks at you like solemnly and is just like, yeah, I think we all have. We've had several actors and stagehands fall down with it, and it's just been awful.
I see.
And she's like sort of in tears.
Well, maybe I should leave you guys to it then.
Yeah.
Don't really know how to react to people crying.
The actor sort of giggles and waves you off.
Yeah, he kind of just awkwardly kind of like backs away.
A little boy.
He's not very socially good with people
Yeah.
despite having high charisma. Man's just a
He's a socially awkward little man.
sure is. But he kind of just backs away a little bit, just trying to give her some space, but also not seem like he's running away from her or anything, kind of like an in between those two. But they kind of just like kind of scan the area, just kind of thinking about like, man, how did I forget about the sickness that's been going on? Like, I really have been distracting myself that much, huh?
Yeah. And yeah. So the theater is sort of rustling and bustling, trying to get the production together. Directors are shouting, obviously. Uh, and yeah, what do you do?
So they decide to just kind of, leave the theater since it doesn't seem like much is going to be going on there, and they don't want to be in the way or cause anybody else to cry. So
Oh no!
they're just like, oh, maybe I should go check out something else that's near.
So
Or
next
just
to you,
walk around town, whatever's near.
so you're sort of at the edge of town because like the theater is like one of the big centerpieces of the capital. So there's like Main Street, like a big cobbled road, and the theater like sits at the end of the cul-de-sac essentially. So there are shops, there is the college, uh the Bard College, there is uh oh goodness, what else? Eh, there's like houses, like row houses, things
I'll
like
just
that.
go to the market.
Okay, the market. So
Yeah, see if there's anything interesting there.
yeah, you walk into the market and it's sort of like a U-shaped building. Um, and there are like tons of little different stores. Like there's a bookstore, a clothing store, a food shop, a, 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 a mechanic shop, like a repair shop. Uh, just like things like that. Just like things you would find in strip mall.
Well, he's definitely gonna have his eye out for something similar to like books or scrolls or anything. So
Yeah,
any sort of market that seems like would hint at having some sort of paper-esque material.
yeah. So there is a bookshop, and it has like historical books, fiction books, historical diaries, scrolls, legal books.
Sounds like the place he'd be interested in. So
Yeah.
they kind of gravitate towards that area, kind of like just kind of scanning the surroundings while walking over there. Just kind of, say it's been a minute since they've been to the market because half the time they just keep themselves cooped up in either their room or the library or something, of the
Yeah.
sorts.
Yeah.
But he starts like gravitating towards it and walks through and kind of looking around at the types of books they have.
Yeah. So, it's a bush. It's a blah. I can't speak. Wow. It's a bookshop. So there are there's a legal section. There is a religious section, fiction, scrolls. There's also empty books like journals or diaries, historical diaries, things like that.
Hmm.
And then there's the shopkeep, obviously, at the
Would there be anything about like sort of like potion making kind of things that could allude to curing, an illness of sorts?
So Arcana book.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah.
probably.
There is probably an Arcana section, but you'd have to ask the shopkeep about.
Okay. Is there a shopkeep around?
Yes, there's one at the front.
Okay, well, I want to go to the front then.
Okay. So you walk up to the front of the store with a very tall. There's a very tall lady there, and she is sort of, rifling through books and like money, counting things, normal shopkeep stuff, wiping down counters, and you sort of recognize her as she's like bird-like, but she's not quite owl.
Hello there. Do you have like an Arcana section? I didn't see any like, labeled or anything within the shelves. So I wanted to ask. It's okay if not, obviously, but
Oh, so so the shopkeep kind of like looks up at you and is just like, Arcana? You want Arcana?
uh yes, is something wrong with that? Or
The lady sort of like shakes her head and is, no, it's just most people don't come in here looking. Most people are just in legal text, or books for school. And she sort of gestures you to behind the counter to like a door that's behind the counter.
okay. So just in here then, yeah?
She kind of like stops for a second and is like, I have to follow you in if that's all right.
Okay.
So she unlocks the door. She steps in with you, and it is a very old room. Like, it's very obvious that this is a not very well kept part of the shop, and it is very dimly lit. There's just a couple candles, and a writing desk, as well as several like stacks of books, not like shelved, but like just stacks of.
Oh, this is a lot different looking than all the other books out there. There's nothing wrong with that. So he kind of just walks in and looks for anything that seems like it would be medical or alchemy or potiony, that sort of thing. Just trying to find something that could allude to being helpful, I guess.
Okay. So, because oh my gosh, why can I not speak today? Because this is such a disorganized room, and like there is just books everywhere, and it's so dim. Do you want to roll a perception check?
Sure, I need my mouse. I just need the mouse. You're good. Sorry, Nat can't use the drawing tablet while I use my mouse. Where? Oh, shoot. Perception.
It'll be in your skill.
I'm trying to find it. There we go. I think I rolled it. Oh, yeah. I think I rolled a 10.
Yeah. Oh, does that pass? I don't know. I haven't decided.
What?
I will just say that You sort of are scanning the room and you catch your eye on a particular stack of books um, that might have what you're looking for, but you don't necessarily see one of the books exactly.
Okay. Can I search through the book pile then?
Yes, absolutely. So there are a bunch of there are books with like charm spells. There are books with uh gosh, sorry. I had to think. There are books with charm spells. There are books with like what is considered band magic, which is like super magic. Um, and then there are just a bunch of books on like the history of magic. And then you reach around the middle of the stack, there is a medical textbook that revolves around arcanic.
Well, that seems exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I want to pull that one out of the stack, and I want to just kind of like look it over, make sure it's intact, kind of just admire the cover and make sure this is what I'm trying to look for. And while I'm looking at it, I decide, yeah, I think I'll try and buy this. It's at least the start to my little journey.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
So I turn to the store. How much is this? I'm not sure how much the like books in the store go for. So
The lady sort of like takes the book out of your hands and looks at it and is like, "Oh wow, no one's touched this kind of book in a very long time. I will offer 5 silver."
hey Zim, I think I messed up on my character sheet because it says I have 0 gold, like no money at all.
Oh,
How much do you want me to just give myself? Because I think I missed something.
wow, yeah,
Or I'm broke.
you have no gold at all.
I
Yeah,
don't know
it looks
where I
like
missed that, but
everyone else has about 15 or so gold.
okay, I'll just put in that then.
So I will allow you to give yourself 15.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want to be a broke little owl trying to buy books.
No, you're fine.
Okay, anyways, how much did you say again? Sorry, I went in one ear and out the other.
It's okay. Uh, so that'll be 5 silver pieces. So if I remember correctly, 1 gold is 10 silver.
Yeah, I'm putting that in. Yeah. So
Alright.
I count out little silver pieces and I hand them over. Or should we go to the front for me to pay? I don't want it to be awkward. We're still kind of standing in the back room.
The Aarakocra. Well, I didn't say that she was an Aarakocra, but she's an Aarakocra.
I guessed it. To be
Yeah,
honest, you said
I
bird
figured.
light. I was like,
It's okay. The Aarakocra is just kind of like, oh, of course, and she kind of looks like embarrassed a little bit. And
two
she
awkward
like,
birds.
yeah, pretty much. So she sort of like rushes to the front and like opens the little box that she has like money in and stuff, and yeah.
Okay. So now I hand over the 5 silver pieces, and I also just kind of place the book like on the little shopkeeper's like table or whatever, just so I, show I'm not stealing or, just trying to be formal about the payment.
Yeah, absolutely. So she takes the silver, she like counts it out, puts it in a drawer, and then she writes on like a little, I guess, receipt sheet, kind of like it's just a log of everything that's sold. And then she sort of hands the books to you and like sort of like she just starts apologizing, like, I'm so sorry, like, I don't know what's been into me lately.
Oh, please, you don't have to apologize. Everybody's been a little bit weird since, the situation that's been going on, so.
And the Aarakocra kind of like nods and is like, yeah, business hasn't been great since the
Oh, I
illness.
bet.
Yeah. So yeah. Now you
All
have
right,
your
well, I will be taking my leave then. I think this is all I need. But I'm definitely going to keep this store in mind for another day. I've been interested in a lot of things besides Arcana stuff that needs to be in the back room. So
yeah.
maybe if you have some books about like other languages or something, that would be fun to pick up another time.
Yeah. The Aarakocra sort of like nods and she's just like, oh, absolutely. Like, again, I'm so sorry about the back room. It's just, these aren't things that people want to see on the shelves. It's usually a special order type deal.
I see. You don't have to apologize. Me, formalities be like that.
Yeah. And she sort of is like, yeah, we have all sorts of books. Come back anytime. We would love to have you.
Of course. And with that, he steps out of the bookstore, looks at the book in hand, and kind of just skims through the pages, not really reading anything, just kind of like, when you get a new book and you just want to flip through the pages, he just kind of does that.
Absolutely.
Looks around at the cover, sees if there's anything on the back, just inspecting it, nothing looking for particular, And he's just kind of walking slow, but not really paying attention to where he's walking either, kind of just existing.
Yeah, just totting about.
Yeah, just walking around the little market area.
Yeah. Is there anything else particular that catches your eye? There are lots of like clothing stores. There are food shops, little food stands that you can buy food from. There are lots of different things in the market. There are also like buskers out playing like music with like tip jars.
On the food stands, is there anything that looks like snack cake wise, like looks kind of sweet?
Yeah, there's a sweet stall. And they sell like little like sweet buns and like little like rock candies and like candy powder and things like that.
Ooh, yeah. He kind of like spots the sweet bun out of the side of his eye, and he's just like, "Ooh, that kind of looks good." And he kind of trots over there, and puts the book like in a pocket that he has in his like, oh, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like this overcoat skirt type thing on his waist. It's got pockets in it, regardless.
like a belt bag or like just like a pocket in the coat.
I don't know how to describe the thing that he's wearing. Regardless, it has pockets.
That's fine.
I've drawn it, but it's not necessarily a bag.
Okay. So the sweet shop owner is just sort of like standing there, like off into space, like just like tired, off into space, kind of looks a little bit grumpy. So they're just not really paying it at all.
Well, he kind of, trots up to them, waves his little hand as a way to get their attention. He does that a lot.
Yeah.
Just like, hello, how much are these little sweet buns that you have here? They look delectable.
The sweet shop owner sort of like jolts back and is like, "Oh, customer. Oh, I'm so sorry. What did you say?"
Oh, I wanted to ask how much are these sweet buns?
Oh, it's just 2 copper.
What did he say?
What did he say? Yeah, 2 copper for a sweet.
Well, I definitely have 2 copper for you.
Okay.
And puts like 2 pieces of copper on the table.
Do you know how to do the copper? Because I think it's tens again. So like one.
It's 10 as well.
So yeah, like 1 silver is 10 copper.
Yeah. I've been doing it on my character sheet.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give the sweet shop owner 2 copper pieces, and the shop. I'm sorry, I'm very out of it. Uh, the shopkeep sort of takes like a not really like a napkin, but sort of like a banana leaf type thing,
Mhm.
and like grabs one of the buns out of like the little warm basket and hands it.
Okay, he, gently takes it out of the shopkeeper's hand and does a cute little bow, not like bow, but just
Oh,
like a,
yeah, like
little like head nod kind of like thank
oh,
you.
that's so cute.
And he starts kind of like charting his way over to the music area that you mentioned where
Yeah.
people are playing music with tip jars, and he just kind of like noms on the thing and finds a seat somewhere, whether there's like actual seats or if it's just on the ground. He just, sits
Yeah.
down. Whatever looks comfy.
Yeah, it's
He,
it's sort of like a plaza. So it's like this U-shaped building, like a strip mall, and then there's like a big plaza where set up with like stands and like buskers are playing music for tips and stuff. So there aren't really seating. You just kind of plop yourself. Bulls.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he plops himself down and is just kind of nomming on the bun while just listening to the music and just kind of like, I don't know, enjoying the surroundings. Glad
Yeah.
to see that there's people still active even with the whole situation going on and all.
Yeah. Quick side tangent. Whenever I say sweet, when you go to like a Chinese restaurant and they have like those little pieces of bread with like sugar on them,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. And like, oh
I
my
figured
god.
it was something similar to that. I wasn't entirely sure, but I was just gonna go
Yeah,
with it.
those are so good. I'm craving
I
one
love
right now.
them.
That's why I said it.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I had to get a drink. My throat was dry. So
You're good.
you have just plopped yourself down in the middle of this plaza. You're just nomming on your sweet bun, listening to the music, sort of just like enjoying the weather because it's a nice day. And yeah, is there anything you would like to do? Would you like to talk to any of the musicians or tip them, or are you just
Uh,
you know?
I think he'd throw like maybe 3 copper pieces just in a tip jar.
Oh,
I don't really know much about the currency value in D&D. I'm gonna be honest, but it seems decent enough. But he just kind of throws 3 pieces of copper into one of the tip jars and
yeah,
just smiles at one of the people playing music and then goes back and sits in his seat. Or
yeah,
not seat necessarily, but where he was seated rather.
yeah. The way that I have just been like doing things is like copper is $1, silver is $10, gold is $100. Like that's just like how my brain works. I don't know if that's
Fair
accurate.
enough.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't. It
So
is a fantasy money, so whatever you deem fit.
yeah. So yeah, you've tipped, you've gotten your little treat. Are you done? Would you like
Yeah,
to grit?
I think I'm done. He's just gonna chill for a while
Yeah,
and
he's
wait
just
till
vibing.
something happens.
Ominous. Not that it's been the same thing
Just
every
vibing.
time.
What do you
Whatever.
mean?
What will happen? Nobody knows.
Whatever would happen.
I'm on the edge of
Definitely
my
not some
seat.
little peep thing.
So you're just chilling. You've got your little treat. You're just vibing, like listening to the music, enjoying the nice breeze that has washed over your city. And all of a sudden, you see a very frantic pink blur just race back and forth and like dart, trying, like, looking for someone or something.
Are you okay there? You seem a little bit lost.
So
I don't think I've quite seen something like you before, I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, she's very small. She's like 2 feet tall.
Tiny.
Did you just say blimey?
I said tiny.
Oh, I think it's
Blimey
a
would have been
blimey.
so funny.
I would
You
have
know
died.
what?
That
Yeah, we're gonna say that he said blimey.
that is so cute. I'm gonna die.
It's with the
Okay.
accent that I've given him, so.
Totally fair. It's totally fair. The small little creature sort of like stops and just goes, "Oh, you're Strix, right?"
Who's asking?
And she goes, "Oh goodness," like under her breath. And she goes, "I'm Pixis. I'm with the lottery. Are you Strix?"
I've won the lottery? Is that a good or a bad thing? I guess I am Strix. I hope I don't regret saying that.
So she sort of like looks around her, sort of like frantically, like she's obviously in a hurry, and she goes, "So you have been selected by the military lottery to become, or not to become, to take a spot in the champions."
What does that entail?
So, do you know anything about the champions? Like, are you privy to any
Uh,
of this?
I have no idea what you're going on about. I know lots of things, but not whatever you're going on about. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, good grief. So,
You're the pink little thing that came to me. What are you going all so rude for?
and she's just like, she sort of like glosses over that, and she's like, "So the champions are an organization of 5 champions that protect the continent of Machair. There is a lottery yearly to select these brave warriors. After
Is it
the
really
incident,
brave if they're forced to become a champion? Shouldn't somebody work to get to that title? It seems a little bit redundant to just give 5 random people that title. Sorry, go on.
she sort of like just kind of stares at you like, "Okay, all right." So she continues, and she's like, essentially, after the incident, the lottery had to be moved up, and we are frantically looking for a set of new champions. You have been selected.
Listen, I might be a little bit book smart, but that's about where that stops. If a champion entails having to fight things, I don't know when the last time I ever did that, except for when I was younger and my dad was trying to teach me to do things, but that doesn't matter. Listen, I don't think you've got the right person. Like, sure, my name's Strix, but I think you got the wrong one.
She sort of rifles through her like document stack, her document pad, and is like, "No, you're Strix Purewing, yes?"
That is my last name. Yes.
There has been no mistake. You have been selected. You aren't
Okay.
necessarily going to be a fighter, but you are one of the champions now. You need to come with us.
Who is us? And come where? You're being so vague. I don't like it.
I'm in a bit of a hurry. I will answer
I
all
can
of your
tell.
questions. I will answer all of your questions if you will just come with us.
I would like to know where I'm going at the very least first. This seems like a kidnapping more than anything.
This is by far the most difficult interaction. She sort of is like panicking now. Um and she's like, "Okay, I can assure you it's not a kidnapping. Like, look." And she hands you like government approved military approved document alongside the contract.
Why does this say military on it? What is this contract? Why am I signing a contract?
It's just formalities, Strix.
Ooh.
I promise, it's just formalities we have to.
Okay. Let me at least read it first.
Oh.
And he, snatches the paperwork a little bit aggressively for a pink owl. But he kind of skims through it. Just give me the gist of whatever it says.
Yeah. So essentially, the contract decrees that you swear an oath to the continent of Machair, serve as one of the champions of Machair. There is basically this long spiel about how if you are injured or deceased in your terms of service, your family or whoever you list will get a large sum of money and basically be set for life. There is a portion about the kinds of tasks you will have to do, the kind of undertaking that this job will be, which is basically whatever the government tells you to do, essentially. And there is a clause that if you leave for any reason or you abandon the job for any reason, that is considered a felony. That is treason, and you will be held accountable.
So, I signed this, and pretty much people are set for life with money and stuff.
Yes. You will have to fill out more paperwork as your job with us progresses, but that is the gist of it, yes.
Well, doesn't seem like all that bad. Sure, I'll sign it. Whatever.
Okay, awesome.
It's not like this place is going into ruin anyway with all the stuff that's been going on.
Exactly. This is the kind of reason we need people like you. Yeah.
Do you have a pen?
Yes, actually.
That I can sign.
Thank you for asking this time. And that was clearly a jab at the interaction with Astralic. She reaches into.
I asked. They were too slow.
LOL. She reaches into her bag and she gives a quill to Strix.
Contracts signed by minors aren't legally binding. I think I'm not a minor, and he signs it.
I haven't had a pickaxe in my life.
Pixis is just really confused and in a very big hurry.
This poor fairy. Or whatever she is. Just poor her.
Yeah, she's a fairy. But
okay, I thought so.
She's had to deal with so much in the last couple days. Huh.
It's such a temptation to just walk over her.
Yeah.
Okay. So I sign it, I hand it back to you, and I look a little bit nervous, but also kind of ready, let's see where this goes.
Yeah. Okay. So Pixis, not Pixis, I'm so sorry. The Eldarin that has been kind of watching from the shadows emerges.
Oh, I didn't see those there.
And Pixis tells you, this is who will be escorting you to the town that we will reside in for the foreseeable future. And she zooms off without letting you get a word in edgewise.
She zooms.
So, after about a week of travel, you all have ended up in this little town, in this tavern. So, you're now all here. Pixis is not. Pixis is off doing what Pixis does. So, what would what you guys like to do?
I don't know, but Fallon's fucking pissed.
Why is Fallon upset?
Because she's in Fior and she's not killing heretics.
Oh God.
Sheesh.
There
Well,
are 2 Fiorans in this room. Oh no.
one, quite frankly, is buried in their journal.
Yeah.
Again.
Alright. This is just sort of like free role play time. So if you guys have anything that you would like to do, can.
None of us know how to interact with each other.
No, look, I started a lot of things. I'm gonna let someone else kind of start something.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough.
If one of you
Listen,
doesn't
I
start
sighed.
it,
Was that coffin character?
Yes.
all right. If one of you doesn't start it, I'm gonna call one of you randomly.
Ooh.
Wait, we should all roll, and whoever rolls the lowest has to start.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do that.
fair.
Roll.
D6, I'm assuming?
Yes. Do 6.
Yeah, D6. Let's just do that.
No.
3.
I'll roll 2. The first one's mine. Second one would be Nat.
So.
Okay.
Oh,
Kai.
everybody except for me tied. Okay.
Well, Kai's lucky.
Oh, like Logan, we're waiting on you to roll. Oh, never mind.
You
Never
dare?
No, never mind. I lied.
Roll
I lied.
again.
What do you mean?
You know what? You know
Well,
what? You know
maybe we
what?
should all roll again.
We're
start.
eating a
I'll
rabbit
start.
now.
I'll
Hey.
just start. I will start.
Okay.
Kai, start it.
Just this is just chaotic.
Huh. Gremlins.
Okay, so little owl boy just got here. He kind of walks in and he's like, "What is this place? This is so much more run down than anything I've been around. Little prissy, you know." he kind of looks around, looks for anything interesting. He sees this bunny who's just like head deep, like in this crocodile skin book. I think that's what it was.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna assume what the table looks like right now. But the owl walks over and sits on like the other side of it, pulls out a chair, sits on the other side of it,
Fallon.
and kind of just waves his hand and is like, "Hello, I don't mean to intrude, and you obviously seem like you're distracted in something else, but where exactly where are we? Where is this place here currently?"
They kind of like look out. They look up and they're kind of surprised. They're like, oh, I don't know. I was like,
Very
I-
informative. Thank you.
I'm doing my best. I was like, all I know is that I got carrot juice. That's all I know.
You bought another one?
I'm sorry. It's all they have.
Water.
No.
You know what?
My God.
Sometimes it's good for you. Do you two know each other? You two seem like an odd pair to.
No.
No offense. I just. Okay, my bad for assuming.
No, it was good
Yeah.
that you assumed. We don't know each other. That was a good call.
No, yeah. You're right.
You just seem like an odd pair. I don't know.
I'm
What?
on the table. I'm not on a chair.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm just kind of confused as to when you got there. I'm just like, well, you know.
What exactly? No offense, but what exactly are you talking to the goblin? I don't.
What do you mean? I don't follow.
Never mind. Forget I
No,
asked.
please go ahead. What do you mean?
Oh God.
I
I lean forward.
just wanted to know what you are. I've never seen something.
Pashalet Grenzo is a Pashalet Grenzo. It would be you well to remember.
A pashlik grindzo?
I smack you.
just feel like the Barrows kind of jumps. Just
Dex check.
Me?
No.
Oh.
Logan, Dex check. If you want to smack. Dex check.
Alan's just brooding, chugging a beer.
I found my dex. Hang on.
Yes,
Oh,
number
well,
148.
I didn't do it. So
No.
I smack at you.
Yeah.
Just,
You're too far away.
Arms are little.
Come closer so I can smack you.
I'd rather not. And he kind of like grabs the bottom of his chair and kind of scoots it away a little bit. If the chairs are movable, that is.
Yeah,
If not, he scoots to the other side of his chair. Regardless, inches away.
I feel like Noberos kind of like does the same thing that they did to the bartender, where they kind of like cover their hand to hide their mouth from Pashalik, and is like, just don't get on his bad side.
Hang on. Dude, you trying to make it to where I don't hear that?
Yeah.
Well, do your best.
He's got big ears. He can hear everything.
So do I.
I don't.
Well, try
That's
harder.
That's something we don't have in common.
I'm on the table. I'm right here.
I can hear you.
All of
didn't
my
say
sides are
anything.
bad.
We didn't hear it. You didn't. What? We didn't say anything. What do you mean?
I have a question. Why are you sitting on the table, not in a chair? I know you're rather
Who said anything about sitting?
You know that they probably have some sort of booster seats. I know you're small, but
Booster seat.
Oh,
I tossed
for the baby.
I tossed Nabra's carrot juice at you.
Oh God. Dex check.
I'm not doing it hard. I'm just like splashing it.
Okay.
Shh.
I'll allow it.
My carrot juice.
You didn't like it anyways.
Oh, you're right.
Well, watch your tongue, or I will burn it out. I'll reduce it to grease.
Oh my God.
great. Disgusting.
Disgusting. Okay.
Not the worst thing I've had.
Yeah, I mean, tongue is it's better if it's like a large animal, but wait, you're distracting me with food.
Owl bear.
Do they have
An
tongues?
owl.
They have thin tongues. I was talking more of like a cow.
Oh.
What about that lion over there?
What about me?
How big's your tongue?
Haven't measured it in a while. I don't know.
You've
You know
measured it
wild?
before? That's a strange thing to measure.
Don't inquire what I get up to.
I've never measured my tongue. Does anybody have a tape measure?
You have a tongue.
Do you have a tongue?
Birds
You're a
have
bird.
tongues.
Do they
Yeah,
have a
but-
tongue?
Most birds, but not all birds.
Ugh.
Do owls
You
have
hold on, I
little
gotta
narrow
get this.
tongues?
You don't know
I-
how you
I
don't
know
know
that
if you
they
have a
swallow
tongue?
their food whole, so
Google
Yeah,
it.
no, they
that's
do.
Owls
true.
have
Owls
tongues.
probably don't have tongues then. Well, for the
No.
sake of being able to pronounce words, I'm gonna say I have a tongue.
L.
Fair
Common
enough.
owl. L.
Bet you my tongue's bigger than yours.
Oh, please. I will over
okay.
you.
I looked it up. It says birds of prey, such as like hawks, eagles, owls, and vultures, have larger and more fleshy tongues.
They do have tongues.
So
I do have a tongue.
you
I have
do
a big
have a tongue.
fluffy tongue.
Took you this long to realize?
Strix just realized that they had a tongue.
Right?
I
But I
learned
mean,
new things
the way
every
that
day.
sounds, it sounds more like it's a more of a girth situation.
Wait, can I like compare tongue sizes with Strix?
They're gonna make out. We gotta get out of here.
I would
It's
never.
Section 1 and we already got two PCs making out.
It took 2 seconds.
We're not making out.
We're comparing tongue sizes. Be mature.
I am mature. I am the most mature.
How old are you? Well, you're a goblin, aren't you? I don't know that.
How dare you?
You're one of the little goblins I've read about, aren't you?
How big are you?
That's why you're so
Aren't
tiny
you
and
an
fluffy.
owl?
Close enough.
More like you're very close to a chicken.
Don't you dare call me a chicken.
I've made some of those.
Oh no.
I think
How
of
tall are
one
you?
of
You're
those in
very tall,
March.
Lion.
7 foot.
That's 2 whole feet bigger than me. I'm 5 foot.
How tall is the little one?
Yeah, how tall are you, little one? Pashingrino, how tall are you?
Come on, out with it. Or do I need to stand up and pick you up?
I'm going to turn you all into ash.
Oh,
See how
I'd
tall
like
you
to
are
see
then?
try.
Hmm?
Can I pick up a shilik?
I cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
no.
How
The
hot's the burning
Eldrin.
hands? I'm wearing steel armor.
Okay. All
Don't
of the Eldrin.
Get off of me!
All of the Eldrin in the room start closing in on you guys.
I feel like Navarro's
Can I-
just kind of sitting
Can I
like,
pull out my lance?
what's
Do I
happening?
have a lance?
No.
Is it compensated?
Oh.
Guys, I don't think we should continue this interaction. I think we should stop. Yes,
Then
that's a
don't
good idea. Good
touch
job, Strick.
me.
We should stop.
Maybe
Don't. Please don't.
suggestion. Maybe we should just change the subject.
I'm with the bunny.
I've slaughtered entire villages.
I don't care what you've done. Put the goblin down.
Beginning at like his fingertips, slowly creeping down, his fingers start to crackle and blacken like burnt meat.
Oh, good lord.
Please stop doing
Now.
that. You're gonna lose a finger.
You're going to lose more than a finger. Get away from me.
I'd say mine are more like claws than fingers, but you know,
I wouldn't want to test
whatever you want
it.
to call them.
Maybe we
I'd
should
rather you
just
not burn those either.
just. And I feel like after they picked up the glass, they kind of slid over the carrot juice, and they're just like, drink the carrot juice. Shut up, please, please.
Shut your mouth. Shut your beak.
Lovingly.
Stop.
Hey, Firebun,
Hmm?
get me a beer.
Me.
Yes.
That was awful forceful.
Why can't you get yourself a beer? You look like you're gonna handle yourself.
Does it look like I want to move?
Ask the bartender.
You're probably too heavy to move yourself. That's probably what it is.
So you're calling me fat?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I feel like Navarro's kind of is snapping for the bartender. Please.
There's not many things that the bird has said that I agree with, but that might be one of them.
There's not many who've
Too
snapped
big.
at me like that who's lived to tell the tale.
Oh,
Well, I
so
don't think you're
scary.
allowed to kill me. I think big buff guys over there will probably beat you up.
Oh, they think they could.
Oh, they probably could.
I feel like
Eldrin?
everyone's fighting, and Navarro's just frantically being like, bartender, please, please,
Don't snap at service people.
lovingly.
The
The same
Eldrin.
thing you said, goblin.
The Eldrin are literally just watching this in exchange, waiting.
Do they
Like,
seem entertained at all?
huh?
Do the Eldrin seem entertained at all? Eldrin.
They're like bodyguards, so they're not really
No
showing.
expression.
There's no expression. They're like British royal guards. They don't really show expression. They're just watching and making sure nobody kills each other
How many are there again?
until, huh?
How many are there again?
There are 5.
So,
Oh, more
there
than I
was
thought.
one with each person except for me?
Yes.
Perfect. I was too powerful. They required 2 people.
Yeah.
Do you think you're the most powerful here? Look at you, you're tiny. I know it's not me either, but definitely not you.
I want to punch you.
Oh my
I want
god.
to help.
Deal.
And Navarro's goes straight back to writing.
Navarro's is losing his goddamn mind.
They hate everything that's happening right now.
I want to have Strix like lean across the table at Navarro's, be like, "What's your writing?"
Where's my beer?
Nobody's
Nothing.
gonna
I'm just keeping a journal of everything that's going on.
Oh, have you written about me? Would you talk? Did you write good things about me? I want to know.
I haven't written anything about today. Yet,
But
at
what are you
least.
writing about right now?
I was writing about yesterday, last night, everything that
Why
happened.
don't you write about the days that happen when they happen? You know, like write yesterday when yesterday, and write today when
Well,
today.
that wouldn't be when it happened. If you wrote it yesterday, today would be today that was yesterday.
What?
What?
Why would you write about yesterday the day before yesterday if you wrote it? That doesn't make any sense. You're speaking nonsense.
I don't think he's the one speaking nonsense. You know, I'm confused.
You're the one I'm talking to, bird.
Don't call me a bird. At least call me an owl. That's close enough. But
Owls, not birds.
That's what I'm thinking.
cat.
Fuck
Right?
you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You don't like being a cat? I don't like being a bird.
Please call me a big cat.
Meow.
Meow, bitch.
It is
This
canon.
lion.
It is
This lion has
canon
a.
that Fallon just said meow, bitch. Big
I feel
scary
like-
lion paladin just said meow, bitch.
I feel like Naberos is now writing it down.
I would just like to
I might use
preface
that. Meow,
Fallon is
bitch.
definitely drunk at this point.
I think we should get the lion another beer.
I agree.
I think it's funny this way.
I was like, you should call the bartender. You should be in the back.
I thought I asked you to do that.
I tried. Didn't work.
Let's try
Try.
harder then.
You seem like a very forcible lady. Maybe you can intimidate him. He's not very good
Well,
at
maybe
his
you could
job.
learn some for Bunny.
Maybe I could persuade them to give me a free beer. I'm sure the pink feathers would persuade them, you know? Maybe they're into that.
You're an owl, not a peacock.
I'm pink!
Oh my god.
That's not special. Half the fucking continent's pink.
It's all the
Still,
content.
people
It's
like
pink.
pink.
I prefer purple.
It's all about reds.
Reds are good too.
I
Especially
only see red.
crimson reds.
Are you really into blood?
Maybe.
You two are psychopaths.
I have two.
Me and the bunny are
murders
best friends
already.
now.
I don't like blood of heretics.
Take it.
What's a heretic? I don't want to know. Don't answer my question. Anyways,
Where are you from, Owl?
here, maybe. I'm not exactly sure where we are.
Oh, well, you already answered your question. You are the heretic.
Yeah, all three of you. And probably the Eldrin.
Yeah.
You guys are a weird crowd, you know?
You're the one who came in here insulting me.
You also shouted that you're pink.
Like
You
that was
said
something special.
meow.
Bitch.
That's true. That was also a weird call.
I now have it
Also
written down in my
probably
journal.
friends on the table.
I'm pretty sure
The
you're.
bunny is the only normal one here right now. What was your
He was
name? I don't
drinking
know if I
carrot
got it. Bunny,
juice.
what's your name?
Oh, it's Naberos.
Naberos. Okay, I'll remember that.
What's your
I don't
name,
care
Owl?
about your name.
Oh wow.
My name is Strix Wing.
Strix.
Plenty know my name in my town.
For what?
Wouldn't you like to know, Kitty?
Oh my god.
I'm sure I've slaughtered
There's
one
a
of your
weird
time.
tension.
There is a weird
Yeah, I'm
tension.
feeling uncomfortable.
Rabbit, I don't care for this.
I also.
I don't care for
I
this.
wonder if this is the weird feeling I got when I met those Eldrin.
Eldarin.
Eldarin. Thank you.
There you go.
What is your name, Lion? You've been out here spatting lots of things, but you're not spat out your name yet.
Alan.
Fallon?
I'm surprised you haven't heard my name
Why would I?
because I'm top of my rank.
Rank of what?
And where?
Oh, the enforcers.
Yeah, where are you from? You keep asking where
Tortolox.
I'm from. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that one.
Tortolocked.
Oh.
I've seen it written, but I could not tell you how it's pronounced.
Oh.
The only good place on this continent.
Really? You don't like Fiora?
No.
I
They
haven't been
abandoned the
there,
airport.
but I go to the village on the border.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Not far.
Oh.
Not fun. They're like right next to you. They're like your neighbors. You're supposed to, love thy neighbor or whatever.
No, you
Love
conquer thy neighbor.
Agree with me.
Oh, good lord.
What do you mean when they agree with you? That doesn't seem very polite.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always been taught to just kind of share if possible. I don't.
I try to be nice to those who I see, but these two are very hard to be nice to.
You walked in and insulted me about my height. That was like the first thing you did. That was like step one.
Just wanted to know what your race was. I've never seen one like you.
Wow, you come and make it a race thing now.
You know
do
that is
agree.
not.
I do
Yeah,
agree with
y'all
the goblin.
crib and papa, but you're pretty
Just a little.
mean.
I'm an
Right?
owling.
Oh no,
by the way.
I'm the nice one. You straight up came in here, yelled at me, had Rabbit, and then Rabbit over here was snapping at service workers, which is totally rude.
Yeah.
Rabbit has been the nicest one here. What do you mean?
My like giant like muddy boots just on this table.
The service here is pretty bad. I've only gotten four beers.
Maybe you should politely ask for a fifth then. Then you might get
They're
good
not
service.
good.
No.
They're really
right.
not that good beers.
This
Then
service
why do
worker.
you two
Sorry
drink
again.
it? It's not good.
To try and forget about you.
This service worker is
I-
crying.
I feel like I feel like every time Navarus insults the worker, they're like, "I am so sorry."
Now look what you've done. He can't help that everything here is terrible and awful.
Service
Yeah.
worker, come here.
Don't call it like a dog.
Come here, dog.
Why did
Do that.
Hey, did I travel across land to get here, or did we use a ship?
You probably used a ship.
Okay.
Everyone else.
Whoa,
probably-
out in the open sea.
I never cared for boats.
I've
You
never
don't
been on a big boat. I've been on a boat.
Why boat when you can fly?
Some
This
of
is
us
true.
don't have that luxury.
You can hop.
Yeah.
I can hop,
You got
but some
hop.
of us do not have the luxury of flight.
I bet your hops are pretty fast though. Go hop, hop, hop.
I say we gang up on the owl.
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
did
No,
insult the
we
goblin.
just
I didn't insult the goblin. I asked what he was.
That's pretty insulting.
I knew you were a
Right.
bird.
Because the only goblins I've ever heard about live on the other side of the continent. And I
Correct.
don't think I traveled that far. And apparently he traveled that far though.
I try not to ask questions.
Well,
I
when-
regret asking questions. You
when
know, I
someone
typically
comes through and tells you that you're a champion, you go where you are needed.
So you just went with no questions asked?
No, that's not
That's
true.
what I did.
Yeah, well, no, yeah.
I asked for a
Oh.
pin.
At least I asked questions.
Look,
Did you guys even read the contract? That's my biggest question because I
No.
don't know if any of you
No.
can read from what I can. tell.
Contracts aren't
Just a
important.
rabbit.
it's the military law.
nothing.
You don't really have a
I-
say.
I also, yes, that, and I also have nothing to go back to. So this is kind of all I have right now.
That's really
I mean,
sad.
my entire village is kind of dying right now. I'd like
It's
to
nice,
help it.
right? Big
want-
fan.
No!
Well,
His eyes light up like,
Seriously.
ah.
wait,
Don't go telling my village why.
wait.
Then convert, heretic.
Convert to what?
Oh.
Oh, the old thing.
Join the flame. Purify all in fire.
Fire. That
I
doesn't
fall
sound
down.
so
I just start like rolling on the table.
Oh,
How many has this one drank?
1 or 2 cups of the red.
Marwazian red.
It's
Can I
actually
try
not that
some?
bad, but it tastes like copper, so be careful.
It doesn't sound very tasty. I kind of prefer sweet stuff more.
Pour me a glass.
You
I
don't
just
need
toss
more.
like the half-empty wineskin.
I chug it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's 4.5 then now, huh?
I feel like Navarus is kind of like, okay, so wait, Strix was it?
Yeah, that is my
Uh,
name.
you said something was happening in your village, right?
Don't worry about it.
Well,
Wait, hold on. I just connected some dots. Are all of us here because of the military lottery? I feel like this wasn't
Yes.
mentioned until just now, and none of us seemed really concerned about that. Are there any more? You think
Why would
anybody
I
else-
be? Why would that be concerning?
To be fair, I don't care what you find concerning. I'm just wondering if any of the other people in this tavern are a part of it too, or it's just us.
I've simply been
sure.
drinking and waiting for my orders until you got me caught up in this with your tongue conversation.
yeah,
I am the one who roped you into this conversation. Yeah. So, all of us, we all are a part of the military lottery. Does anybody know what's actually going on? Because that little fairy thing was being so vague, and every time I asked questions, she said, "Oh, they'll explain when you get there." But I'm here. Nothing has been explained.
No,
Well,
yeah, you're right.
there. So why don't you go ask?
Why don't you go ask?
Because I'm not the one asking questions.
Yeah, I'm good.
Does
I'm kind of
anybody
good
know
to
what's going
chill.
on?
Yeah, I've been here for about a week,
A
give or
week?
take. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be here for a month before they tell us anything.
Well, who's to say everybody's here?
Is everyone here?
I'm here.
I don't know.
That's all I
Typically, the
need.
champions have 5, right?
5. There's only 4 of us.
5?
Oh, good lord. We're gonna be here another week, aren't we?
I don't
Well, time to
I
go
like-
drinking.
Okay,
No.
everyone
drinking.
stop talking for a second.
Yes.
I was allowing this conversation to go on until we circled back to what you guys just talked about. So,
Ooh. Sorry. Go on.
so you are all arguing or screaming, you are talking, the service workers crying in the corner.
Oh no.
As they should.
When
Aw,
all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Rite
when
of
all of a
passage.
sudden, the doors to the tavern burst open, and there are
Oh.
4 Eldrin and Pixis as well.
The pink bitch.
Yes.
Hi.
Pixis,
He's right in front of us. Don't be rude.
Says you.
Pixis looks incredibly stressed out and frantic.
Oh,
And
what are you stressed about?
excuse me?
Go on.
Huh?
Go on.
Pixis.
And you say I'm the rude one.
I said it under my breath.
Okay. Pixis just sort of looks at all of you and goes, I know a lot of you have a lot of questions. There's been a bit of a hiccup
Oh.
with the lottery. So you 4 will have to continue until we can get this mistake resolved.
So there's been a mistake in something as military-esque formal like this. So it seems a little bit concerning. I'm gonna be honest, not to intrude.
Pixis basically is just like, I'm also very concerned, but everything will be okay. We will get it resolved shortly.
Why?
Yeah,
do you
why are we here? Why are we at a tavern?
Or Fior, for that matter.
Well, I am from Fior, so
Well, I'm
Same.
not.
Guys,
yeah, 2 of us are from Fior, so you know.
enough.
Hey,
Pixis basically tells you to shut your mouths in lesser words.
fair enough.
And explains that the reason that you're in Fjord is because this is where the first task takes place. The reason that you're in this
Oh.
tavern is because we are incredibly close to the first task. Any questions?
Task. What's the task?
I can't tell you the task.
I have a question.
Yes.
when is the task.
I'll do you one better. Why is the task?
I'll do you a better one. Who is the task?
Nobody ever.
I'll do you one better. How is the task?
Fuck, he asked it.
They're asking all the real questions, Barry.
Not a lot of real answers.
All of this is classified until the mistake is
So we just hang out here until the mistake's resolved.
Yes.
The rank to see why.
I haven't burned anything in like 4 hours. This is stressful.
Why don't you burn the owl
Hey, no.
and just fly away?
Or maybe I can make a wicker doll of the owl. That should suffice for now. So that way we don't, I don't know, burn someone who might be important.
I don't know. I got food earlier in like a wooden bowl. I just kind of threw that out back and set it on fire. That was not.
I was like, is that why the tables are, or not the tables, the chairs? Is that why one of the chairs is missing?
I mean, I didn't want to take up a chair, so thought it would, it was only polite.
Oh, you should set my lance on fire.
Don't
I
do
mean,
that.
it's metal, right? I assume.
Probably.
I could probably burn out the haft of it, but I mean that's not gonna be super helpful.
You gotta use your noggin. You gotta wrap it up with something nice and flammable, and so you can poke people with the flames.
Well, you're gonna get something flammable.
Oh, there's that book full of pages.
Oh, take the bunny's book.
No.
Nambrock's book.
What's he gonna do to stop me?
Ask nicely. This is kind of important. For
Champions.
me.
Oh,
The temple has graciously provided us with fighting equipment and
Which temple?
the
Probably
Fiorian
the Fior temple.
Ugh.
heretic temple.
Oh,
There are champions. There are things that you can burn. There are things that you can fight if you so wish.
Oh
In
no.
your downtime. There are several amenities. There's a hot spring. There's a fighting range, a tavern, an inn. Just please sit tight until the mistake gets resolved. And then I will answer your question.
Okay.
Right. Does anyone want to do anything?
Is there a fireplace?
A
Good
fireplace?
lord.
Yeah.
What can I fight?
Yeah, there's a fireplace in the tavern.
Okay. I don't know if it's lit or not, but I light it if it is not.
It's not.
Okay. It is lit now.
Okay.
And I shove my short sword into the flame and just sit for a while.
Fair enough.
What are you doing?
I'm working. I think he asked about.
Please
I think she
ask
asked about the fighting.
Yeah. Pixis gestures to one of the Eldarin, and the Eldarin explains to you that there is a fighting range with targets and dummies that you can
Ooh.
fight. There's also a pit that you can fight somebody else in if you choose.
Is it to the death?
Absolutely not.
Well, that's hardly any fun.
It's
I like
training.
Goblin.
It's a training ground,
I would
not the Colosseum. Calm down.
I would like to go there, please.
You want to fight?
Are there any beasts for me to train on? I need something flesh and blood.
No. Not right now.
I just want to go train.
Right. Pixis has one of the Eldarin escort training range. And,
Heck yeah.
Can I go with the bunny? I'll spar him.
Yes. Sparring. No
Oh.
killing.
I chose my words carefully.
Okay.
Accidents happen.
Oh, I do not like this group of people.
I don't like you.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like
boy.
as we're walking out, Naberis is like, Strix, you should come with. There is there's like training dummies. Maybe something. I could teach you how to shoot a bow.
Yeah, okay.
Wait. You're telling me you actually know how to fight?
I know how to hunt. I'm sure that's
What
not
do
too much different.
Actually, no. I'll just let your fighting do the talking.
Oh. Well, okay then. I feel like Naveros kind of shuts their journal and shoves it into like one of their like little satchels. And make sure to like clamp it shut.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Got to keep it safe.
It's very important to me.
The
I
Elder
understand
insists that you can leave it in your room. The rooms are, because you
Oh,
are
we have
champions,
rooms.
the rooms are rent free,
Ooh.
As they should be.
and you can
Oh,
stay
so
as long.
entitled.
Says you.
You can stay as long as you're in town.
Poor Zim having to yell over us every
For
fight.
real. Before Naveros goes to the training grounds with everybody, they go put their stuff in their room.
Yeah.
Strix would also like to do the same in their room, and just take off the like big like thing that they have on their belt. I still don't know how to describe it. It's like a skirt overcoat type thing. I don't know. But they want to take it on with their like belt so that it doesn't like drag them down or anything. Plus, it has stuff in it, you know.
Yeah.
So they just kind of set that in their room and wander off to the training ground too.
Okay. Logan?
How's my sword like kind of heated up? Is it like red hot yet?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. I open my jacket and I pull down like the collar of my shirt and I press it into like
Oh my god. Fuck.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it. I take the damage I need to take, but I just it's the pleasure of fire.
I hope I can convert you, goblin.
Never. Not to fix this.
Because it's session
Oh,
0.
I don't want to fix anything else about you.
Because it's session 0, I'll allow you to not take any damage.
Hooray!
Woo!
Yeah, I don't know. I really, when we were talking about it just being a huge cult thing, I really liked the idea of like that the cultish like Catholic followers that would like whip themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, that, but fire.
Yes.
One must train themselves to endure pain.
Everything, every bit of like flesh that is open is just covered in brands and welts.
I'm so concerned about that one more than anybody else.
I agree.
I think they would make a fine warrior.
I don't want.
They have good wine.
I never mind. I'm just gonna stop right there.
Yep. And then I'll just follow people to where everyone's fighting at.
Hell yeah, I'm ready to go.
So I have a very timid bunny.
Yes.
A ridiculously prissy owl. And 2 goldfish. Love this.
Yeah. Hey, you said it was hyper religious, so
I love it. Oh my god, I love it
I'm
so
going
much.
with a religion too. Don't worry.
My
heavy.
owl is both prissy and nervous of every social interaction at the same time. Don't know how they manage to do both, but they are both.
I love it.
Hey, you know what? It happens.
No, it's realistic, honestly. Contradicting personality traits, it happens.
No, for real.
Listen, Fallon has one goal: either convert them or kill them.
I have one goal as
You don't
well.
plan to kill me.
It's burn everyone, including myself.
You know what? Good for you.
You know,
This continent will be reborn in flame.
That one has different goals than the rest of us.
I'll show you a champion.
I'm sure you will, if you don't burn yourself first.
You already have. Have you even been paying attention?
You know what I mean.
well, if you mess
All
with
right.
fire, you get burnt.
Unless there is any specific social interactions you would like to do.
Can I carry the owl?
Don't you dare pick me up.
Nat
Can you
roll.
actually? Like, probably. You probably have enough strength.
Nat, roll a strength check. Strix, roll
can
a
roll on here.
dexterity check.
Oh wait, no,
No.
it's a strength check.
Yeah.
Never mind. I can't do that.
Give me a second. I gotta pull it up.
Are you making it a
Nat has
grapple
to
check
pull it
here,
up on
Zim?
her phone.
Huh?
Are you making it a grapple check?
Yeah.
So that's going to be athletics from the grabber and athletics or acrobatics from the.
You said athletics?
Athletics.
Ooh.
And then versus athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah. So Kai, you
Athletics is
can
one of my
do
proficiencies.
acrobatics or
Okay,
athletics.
which one am I rolling?
Whichever one you want, athletics or acrobatics.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna do that one.
That's right.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You get picked up. No.
Strix.
I just want to carry them. That's all.
How are you carrying me?
Oh, like, like they're like perpendicular, just like to my side.
So just like as if you're carrying like a log to your side or something.
Yeah, like a log, or like if you're picking up a really big, funky dog.
Thank you. Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, I just want to carry you to the arena like that.
I love that.
Keep you in check.
All right.
In check.
Okay. So, because Austin couldn't make it to the session, I have decided not to do the first challenge today, but we will be doing the first challenge next session.
Yeah.
And also
I hope we
introducing.
can do next session soon. I'm really enjoying this so
Yeah.
far. I'm in love.
Same.
I did not think I was gonna have this much fun playing Strix, but I am in love.
Yay! I was so
I just think-
happy.
I want to develop a better voice.
I love the
That's
voice
fair.
that I play.
Yeah.
You're just doing your red voice, but more feminine.
I know. That's why I want to get a better voice.
I'm just doing like my goblin voice, but deeper.
No, I love your goblin voice.
I
It's
lo-
genuinely perfect.
I do it a lot. I do it a lot.
It reminds me of Vezix, and I just.
Yes!
Yeah, Goblin, Kobold, those are, I
love
use those
Vezek.
voices a
We
lot.
love
I miss Vezek.
He was
We
good
miss
boy.
Vezix.
He was a good
I
boy.
can stop
That's
this now.
He had a parents.
He had the
Stalin,
parents.
it's Stalin.
Dead.